one voice, our nation must condemn racism, bigotry, and white supremacy. These sinister ideologies must be defeated. Hate has no place in America. We must shine light on the dark recesses of the internet and stop mass murders before they start.
Stop mass murders before they start. I want you to remember that just for 1 second. I want to continue on this speech first, however.
The perils of the internet and social media cannot be ignored, and they will not be ignored. As an example, the monster in the Parkland High School in Florida had many red flags against him, and yet nobody took decisive action. Nobody did anything. Why not? Second, we must stop the glorification.
We're going to stop there. Stop the glorification of violence in our society. Obviously, nobody wanted to see these tragedies occur. Nobody. It was a senseless loss of life. It's an emotionally charged topic. And what has transpired since these horrific events is even more disturbing. They have set off a cascade of events. That's why I titled this, The Red Flags Are Coming. The red flags are coming. And they are. I truly believe at this moment nothing is going to stop it. Our life, our liberty, and our Constitution will be changed forever. Make and have no doubt about that. It started last week. This FBI document came out. Anti-government, identity-based, and fringe political conspiracy theories very likely motivate some domestic extremists to commit criminal, sometimes violent activity, naming those who follow Q as one of those. I don't personally. I believe it's a psyop. I've never been interested. They name Pizzagate. They name basically anybody who believes in anything that isn't in the mainline political agenda is a conspiracy theorist. The events over the last few days have proven that they are going to tie much of this together. And they got Q, by the way. They got him fast. Only days after this was published. It's going to go back to an older broadcast I did. The TAPS Act 2019. Big Brother is about to get much, much bigger. How prophetic was that? This just on July 2nd I published this. The tyranny of future crime with bipartisan support. Nothing will stop this at this moment in time in our history. Before we go any further, if you've not yet subscribed to justiceinnight.com, I need you to. We don't know how long we're going to be on air. When you cover topics this way, when you call out facts, when you call out truth, nobody likes that. Large yellow arrow tells you, again, where you should sign up. Just below that is my donation portal. It keeps these videos coming to you. Also, I promised you I would cover one alternate platform. I'm finding out now that it's potential that DuckDuckGo may actually be, some of their information may be being shared with Google, which means soon I won't be recommending them anymore. It's impossible to keep up with the infringements on our rights, but nonetheless, Mayway so far has proven to be an open and honest platform of where we can actually trade real ideas and not be censored and shut down, can speak like normal people, which is what we need nowadays. Back to that FBI document warns conspiracy theories are a new domestic terrorism threat. You hear the rhetoric. You hear Trump now reaching out, calling for red flag laws. I'm doing everything I can to contain myself at this moment. This on Twitter. Remember I said they got Q? Cloudflare says it's pulling support for 8chan following recent mass shootings. 8chan goes dark after hardware provider discontinues service. I don't use 8chan, but I'm a defender of free speech, internet rights. Wiped out after the shootings immediately. All you Q followers, say goodbye for the moment until somebody else picks them up. Man who at times I've respected. Times like this, I do not. Representative Dan Crenshaw pushes red flag laws in wake of shooting. Right after him, Lindsey Graham pushes red flag bill to curb gun violence. You see what I mean? It's not stopping now. The red flag laws are coming. The red flag laws are coming. But it's worse. This is just the tip of the iceberg. You see, they had this all plotted out. They had this all ready to go. Dan Crenshaw on the risk of precognitive law enforcement. The precogs, Minority Report. I did a huge report on this on the Lisa Haven channel. And I'm jumping here because this all ties into the TAPS Act. Brian Babin proposed this. I've read this line many times. Whether it's a shooting, stabbing, weaponized vehicle, or bombing, mass casualty events are occurring too often. These horrific tragedies are impacting our nation indiscriminately. Americans want a solution. I believe we found one. For decades, a process to identify, investigate, assess, and mitigate threats has been in place to counter targeted violence. Don't worry, they have another one. The precogs are here. The red flags are here. They're going to reach out to each and every one of us. Back to my TAPS Act. And that title, Big Brother, getting much, much bigger. The tyranny of future crime. They're going to come get you before you commit a crime. People laughed. You should see the comments I got. The ridicule I took. Because everybody, conspiracy. Who's laughing now? Conspiracy, huh? This will be pushed through, my prediction, within the next 2 months. This is the prediction of crime. The identification of threats within the community by whistleblowers, by education personnel, by anybody who views anybody as being unusual, suspicious. This will give the TAPS and the authority underneath it full authority to come after you. Told you it was going to get worse. You see here on Lisa Haven's channel, Sentient is here. She titled it, It's Too Late, Government Ignites Sentient. I just did this 2 days ago. 2 days ago. It was off this Verge article. Meet Sentient. Sentient is an algorithm. It's a computer that takes all the Internet of Things and all the information on the Internet of Things and combines it and starts to guess what's going to happen. It wasn't the only version. I also did a broadcast on Kairos, DARPA's creation. Again, ridiculed, laughed at. You're making up something out of nothing. This will never happen. My friends, it's been there in front of our eyes the entire time. Follow the web of deceit that now extends into the greatest depths of our government. Emotions are high, I told you that to begin with. DARPA, Kairos, wants to build an AI to find the patterns hidden in global chaos. All the Internet of Things, the Facebooks and Twitters. And now Trump's reached out. See Trump right here. We can even read it. Trump calls for social media companies to detect mass shooters before they strike. The very people he deplores, the very people he has said he doesn't trust, the very people that's attacking his American citizenships, his reporters, his constituency, those that voted for him. Now he reaches out to him and says, you, the people that we have all said beyond a shadow of a doubt don't represent anything America stands for and only working to suppress, censor, and destroy the American ideal. Now he's reaching out to them and saying, I need your help to detect mass shooters before they strike. Ivanka Trump, Congress should enact red flag laws, extreme risk, protection orders in every state, and increase resources dedicated to mental health support. I'm going to read what Trump says. While delivering a speech on the recent violence, Trump said we must do a better job of identifying and acting on early warning signs, and he suggested social media companies could develop new ways of catching red flags. The same people we say identify entire groups of people and eliminate them. You're going to give them the authority to incite or react to red flags, to create a signal system for government to go out and get those red flags. Social media companies. I am directing the Department of Justice to work in partnership with local, state, and federal agencies, as well as social media companies, to develop tools that can detect mass shooters before they strike. Detect mass shooters before they strike. When put in the hands of exactly who we have all identified as being some of the most anti-American companies that have ever existed on the face of this earth, you're going to give them the authority to find mass shooters before they strike. Before today, we had the support of certain people. We lost it. We lost it. The president is now calling for all this to come into action. He's calling for sentient. He's calling for kairos. He's calling for red flag laws. That's exactly what I told you was coming. Is here. Not much words to say, my friends. Has nothing to do. They want you to feel bad. We all feel tragic. Tough broadcast to get through. Because the tragedy deserves respect. We all need to do everything we can to stop it. But that's not what they're doing. No. They're here to take your freedom, your liberties, your life, your constitution. The red flags are coming. The red flags are coming. You will be convicted before you ever commit the crime that they say you are going to commit. This is the end game. If you never believed in globalists versus us, believe in it now. Unfortunately, a few more people join their side. God bless America. We need it right now. Say a special prayer. Till next time, my name is Justice Knight. If you haven't subscribed, please do. I'm going to leave links to all these videos. You need to go back. You need to watch them. You need to understand what just happened to you. What happened to me. And what happened to every one of us. Until next time, Godspeed and God bless. Signing out.